anything like a penetrating fluid or anything like that. Like don't do it. But on here, you can spray that with slip fluid. No, what do they call that? Slip plate? The aerosol one. And what Jennifer does is she takes the back all off, she cleans this all up, and then she sprays all that with slip plate too, and then puts the belt back on. So she does do that every time that, like when you guys come in, sometimes you'll get your meters back and they're repainted outside and inside. She just makes a judgment call on that. If they're getting rusty on the outside, she just quickly cleans them up and paints them. But she always paints the inside, always. Okay. The other thing she's doing that some of you guys might not realize is she checks all your bushings, all your gears, all your idlers, everything. The other thing interesting that she's found this year, I guess it was last year she found it, was on the backing plate, or like inside where the belt is, she found that if that was rusty and pitted and she cleaned it up really good and slip plated it, it still would fail. She's finding as soon as it's pitted very much, it is dragging that belt and causing problems. So a lot of times she's replacing the housings. If you're wondering why you're getting a bill sometimes and the housing has been replaced, probably because it failed because she couldn't get it to run right. So the way she found that was she had some stubborn meters. And she'd done everything to them. She couldn't figure out what was wrong. She had that clean in there. It looked perfect, but it was pitted. So she finally just changed the housing to try something to get it better, and boom, it came up instantly. Okay.
You mentioned about the green precision brush.
Yep.
And this one doesn't have the finger in it.
No, we don't.
Just how to point to the growers of what you feel to get it adjusted.
So we don't put the key in it from here. And there's a very specific reason why when you pick up your meters from us, there's two reasons. One is cost. If you were to buy that little thing for each row, they're about $6.50. So if you got a 12-row planter, that's a lot of $6.50. But what's the main reason do you think that we don't put them in? Pardon? Yeah, that too. But what happens is we set them up. Usually it's going to be in the middle of the range because we're using average seed if you don't bring us some. And then we adjust them to 3, and you take them home and you put them in your pickup truck when you take them home. Then you take them out and then you put them on the shelf, and then you take them off the shelf and you put them in the planter. What has happened between every one of those stages? What happened to the lever? It got moved. Usually all the way open or all the way closed. And then you put them in your planter and then you plant. And then the corn comes up and you call us and say, these things did an awful job. We say, well, did you adjust the brush? No, you were supposed to do that. Well, first of all, no, we weren't. Quite simply, we weren't. Secondly, you were supposed to set it for each lot. And the reason why our job is not to adjust it is because we don't know your seed size. We don't know your weight. So on the back of that, there's no sticker on that one. So there's a sticker on every precision meter, and it gives you your weight. You have to adjust it, whether it's a round or a flat, for the specific weight. Now, there is one seed company out there that's messed us up, and they have combined flats and rounds within the same bag. That's called a rebounder. I actually like that. So what a rebounder does, hold it up so everybody can see what you're talking about. So not all of you will have that. You can get that on your own meter, or we can provide you with a new meter that would have that already built in. So when the seed is thrown through out of the finger into that housing, it a lot of times can bounce off the steel and bounce right back out. And that stops it. So if you go on Precision Planting's website, they have a high-speed video of with the rebounder and without a rebounder. And the rebounder stops the seed dead. And if you've ever felt one, it's very soft and almost mushy. And they last pretty good. But it stops the seed bounce. Okay?
When you don't have that little finger in there, how often does the grower have the screwdriver that will fit in there to turn that little green?
We provide that.
But I'd rather see the guys leave them in and be careful with your equipment. But at the end of the day, I think I've learned that.
Hey Matt,
Try to
could you grab me this screwdriver?
You point it to the sticker.
Yeah.
And I struggled with that myself because the finger wasn't in there.
Yep.
But
And we, as a company, we had to make a call whether or not to put them in. And the phone calls we were getting were unbelievable. I mean, and we finally just said, enough of this, we're leaving them out. And the phone, you know what? The phone calls quit. So I do agree. So we came up with a solution, because you know me. So this is our solution. Okay? Because you guys are having trouble getting that in there when it's not there. So we said, well, let's solve the problem for them. Now, like anything, we have to charge for it. So, because it costs us $6.50 for this little piece right here. And then we had to make the rest. So that actually works pretty good. But a lot of people, what they do is they simply just adjust it before they fill the cans. But I know if I ask you guys how many people adjust your precision meters in here, I know that probably a minimum of 50% of you people that are using finger pickups are going to say you've never adjusted them. Or you adjusted them when you first got it. So I can ask the question and have you put your hands up, but I know that for a fact because I've done that. I've asked that question enough times at clinics. It's truly usually about 75 or 80%, but I know there's a minimum of 50% of you that do not adjust your things. On the test stand, when we do that test, because we like to figure everything out. When we do that test, do you know what it's costing you per acre to not adjust that brush? We have seen it cost you up to $30 an acre for not adjusting that brush. Okay? You need to adjust that brush for every single seed lot. It has to be done. I know you guys hate doing it. When you get your meters done here, if you have trouble figuring out where to adjust that in the spring, that's what Jennifer's for. She's got a card down there in her office and she gives you her card and you can call her and she can help you figure that out, where to put that. When we're doing our test studies for seed companies, we're finding that the little chart is fairly accurate. It's not always perfect, but it's really close. So go by the little sticker. And I'm the first one to admit that sticker is not very well done. Okay? Yep. Now, what do we have to be aware of for seed size with the finger pickup? Because we haven't gone through over that, and we need to. Should you be buying, if you run first of all, I'll tell you, if you run a John Deere finger pickup or a Kinsey finger pickup, and you haven't had those parts put in it, the two parts we're talking about, by the way, are the fingers and the backing plate. So you can still run a John Deere finger pickup or a Kinsey finger pickup as long as you have the fingers and the backing plate as precision. If you're running a standard John Deere plate and a standard Kinsey plate, you will run into problems with big seed before the precision will. The precision will open just a little bit more. But our recommendation, if you're running a finger pickup, you should not be buying 60,000 seed bags. I wouldn't buy them if it was my farm. Done it, been there, drove that road. So, it will not open far enough, will it, Matt? It's not made to plant golf balls. It never was. I'm talking big seed. Don't do it. Don't do it. A John Deere and a Kinsey will not open far enough, will they, Matt?
Kinsey especially, it excels in flats.
Yeah. But John Deere won't open as far as a precision will it?